Hey, welcome to the Emotional Fitness Club podcast, where you're just 10 minutes away from a great day every day. Let's get straight into our E-WOD of the day. And today we're talking about self-love. And our E-WOD is, what's a way that you've shown love to yourself or others recently? Tell me about a time where you've shown love to yourself or others recently. This is again, it's a glimmer-based E-WOD. We're starting to build those neural links, those neural pathways to show positive actions, to build that positivity, to start to train our brain to see the good more often, to see the good automatically instead of always going to the negative straight away. We're not avoiding our thoughts. We're not avoiding uncomfortable, painful emotions. We don't do that. What we're doing is we are resetting our default. We are always working to reset to go, oh, I go to the good first. Then I sit and I see what I'm feeling. I listen to the fears that my subconscious, my survival mechanism, different parts of my ego, whether it's the critic, the comparer, anything like that. But I don't want a default of always being in the pessimistic state, in the negative state, in the what's going to happen to me state. That's what we're doing. So let's talk about it. Where have you shown love to yourself or others recently? And this is something that I've been so passionate about ever since I found out when I was a homeopath early 2005 to 7. What I noticed after, hundreds of clients was, man, we all have these such negative judgments of ourselves that we would never have or never voice about to other people, but we say it to ourselves all the time. And we do that, that little inner critic here sitting there, our ego, remember, is just like our parent, but sometimes it says mean things because it loves us so much that it thinks the mean thing is going to be the thing that motivates us to change. And occasionally it is, but what it does is it changes us, it motivates us from a negative place, from a pain-based place. And that's really good for getting us started, but it's not very good for creating habits and keeping us going long term, right? As soon as the next pain comes across, oh, we just give up on that because we're only motivated by the negative, by the pain. And so it's a great way to get started. But I mean, people don't really have that issue, right? When we're thinking about how many people have tried to lose weight, there's no one that's overweight or obese that hasn't tried multiple times and gone in these cycles. The issue, and this is where my issue's always been with the Biggest Loser type shows, the issue isn't getting people started. The issue is helping people continue, helping people meet the different challenges, going through the necessary plateaus to rebalance the body, etc., and not giving up in those times, continuing with the resilience. And self-love, appreciation, and acceptance is without doubt what I believe is the counterintuitive key to growth. Absolutely. And using along this same weight loss, etc. analogy, um, one of the very first things I do with any client that has one of these patterns in the past, or that's also, part of their block stress is causing weight gain, or it's causing fluid retention, or PCOS, or hormone imbalance, is to change the script, to become aware of what our external thoughts are saying, because our self-talk here tells us what our beliefs are about ourselves. If my first thing is to find the negative and to put myself down, and one of the very first things I always change is it is not binging. If you catch the word saying binging, you need to pull it out. It is called a feast because for centuries, food has been a celebration. It's designed when we eat it to make us feel good. So doesn't it make sense if I'm a little bit tired, a little bit down, I'm feeling pain, that my subconscious goes, okay, based on the context where I am right now, how can I feel good? What do I know that's in this environment that can help remove this cortisol and bring back some serotonin or dopamine? And of course, if we've got a whole lot of high sugar, high energy foods in the house, alcohol in the house, our brain, our subconscious is doing us a disservice if it doesn't say, well, Jesus, that's a super efficient, remember, we are not lazy, we're efficient, super efficient, easy way to get a boost. I mean, sugar is an anodyne, which is a, a pain reliever, just like Panadol, right? You give a crying child sugar, what happens? Like this, it makes their brain, so it's it's designed within us. It's important. We get every time we have something with energy, and the more energy, the more reward. It says, do that again. That's really, really important. It's going to keep us alive, right? This is a survival tool. So it makes a lot of sense. But what our negative parent, our ego, our subconscious survival mechanism says is, you fat pig, you binged, you are weak, you are useless. Why do you keep doing this? Now, again, that gets us to stop for a second, but then how does it make us feel? Does it make us feel good? When you say that to yourself, does that make you think, you know what? I can't wait to get to the gym. I can't wait to eat something healthy. I have got such great self-worth. Or does it make us think, well, fuck it, I've ruined it today. I might as well just go and eat the rest of that cake, or that's it, I'm going to Netflix, or I'm going to take my emotions out on somebody else. That's what happens, right? So although it may make us go, that's it, I'm doing it, I'm starting next week, it rarely happens again. And we go down into this layer of plateau. But what I notice is the people, every single client that's actually achieved real change, not I've lost weight for 4 weeks or 12 weeks or even 24 weeks. The people that have changed, they've lost 50 kilos and kept it off. The people that have gained muscle and changed their habits for good, one of the things that always happens is that their self-talk improves and they start to see the good in themselves more. So let's not wait till it happens, because most times for most people never happens. They live a really unhappy life, a life lived with fear of closing down emotionally, of layering masks upon protective armor, and they never get to live authentically. Everybody's an issue. Everything's fearful. Everything's negative, and they basically just exist to exist, right? Uh, they don't live a great life, and most people that come, every person that comes to see me is in that situation. So what we can do to start with is start to become aware of our thoughts. Now, I love this analogy, right? If I cut open an orange, what's inside? Or what's gonna come out of that orange? It's orange juice, right? Now, if I cut open a lemon, what's going to come out of that lemon? It's lemon juice, right? Like I'm not going to cut open a lemon and all of a sudden guava juice comes out. It's not what happens. And this is the same as when all of us are put under stress. When all of us, you see somebody respond really negatively, or if they put other people down, or they talk badly about themselves, that's not something external to them. That's what's inside them at the moment. And so, although there is a strategy of someone putting themselves down and always complimenting others, one of the things we see is um, when I'm not, I don't feel jealousy and then overcome that, and because I'm living authentically, when my inside says, oh, that's beautiful. I really love you. I really appreciate that about you. That is truly something. And you lift other people up. What that does is it says a representation of what's inside you. It might not be about yourself yet, but it's there. It's showing this layer, this pathway, this file, this structure that I have positivity. I have love inside. I'm ready to share. I can see it in others. Hopefully, I see it in myself. If it's not inside you, the meanest people in life, the people that are always putting others down, they're 10 times as mean inside. And I can put my hand up. It's one of the biggest things I had to work on in my life. I was an absolute expert at cutting people to shreds. When I'd feel shit about myself, if you put me in a situation where you offended me, where I felt shit, or even if I used to take my shit out on people and I just happened to be very, very, very good and vicious, um, and not even yelly, just really good at making people feel shit, and even making it so other people around had no idea what I was doing. And that's not a behavior that was anywhere aligned with my best self. It was something that I used to keep myself safe since childhood, just like everybody else uses or develops strategy based on the situations they go through, the block stress they accumulate, the trauma they've been through. And to be honest, when I was doing that, I fucking hated myself. I really did. And it showed externally and internally. And it's such a great representation. So today's prompt, I've gone on a bit today, but it is so, so important. I want you to sit back and remember, whenever we're doing these journaling things. Remember, we've got three things first. We want to declutter our brain, right? A dump. We need to, if I'm doing any meditation or journaling, I'm sitting there and my brain's going off. Hey, have I spent some time to declutter today? Or have I just let the input of the whole world just smash me, right? Have I gone from Instagram straight to podcasts, straight to having the radio on, straight to calling my friends? There's no space for me. I need to start to prioritize space, no noise, nothing. Instead of input, I need to be able to allow the things to come up. And can I sit with them? Ready? It's like, okay, wow, that thought's scary. Oh, that thought makes me feel anxious. Don't push it away, feel it. And remember, and I'm going deep today, but we want to feel our emotions, but we don't become them. And I mean, this is one of the best lessons, traits, teachings you can ever give to a child. And this is where maybe parenting in the last decade, the last generation really went off track. It was like, oh, my parents never let me feel my emotions, so I'm going to let them feel everything. That's an improvement, sort of. But what's happened is we've got this whole generation of people that just are their emotions. I feel anxious, I am anxious. I feel down, I am depressed. It becomes their identity. And this like, I'm not working today. It's like, no, 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 no. You're down. I get it. You're not going to be able to operate at 10 out of 10 today. We understand that. Accept it. I'm at a 6 out of 10 today. But I've got responsibilities. I am not my emotions. They're just one little part of me, right? And a lot of times, these negative thoughts, this protective voice from the ego, it's not even accurate. And I need to also challenge that. Like, who is the director of my movie, right? Is it the past or is it my conscious, aware self? And I think we know the answer to that. So good luck with your journaling today. Good luck with your E-WOD. And I'll be back tomorrow for Trigger Tuesday. Okay, bye.